Prayers for all those who have lost so much of loved ones, property, livelihood, and feel so much layer and layer upon layer of sadness. Prime Creator, source of all that is, when we go there, which is here, we are in no time, and it is here where truth and love reside. There is really little more important to know than that. This simple now moment where we are breathed and breathing, aware of our existence. When there is no thought other than that awareness, there is peace and love. May this moment of truth, of our beingness, carry you through this day, feeling the love and aliveness of source energy. And so it is.
Thank you, Charlie. Hello, my name's Ron Vroman. I'm the old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly. I have a document here. Shouldn't take long to read it. This is a follow-up on our actions with the U.S. Marshal Service, August the 1st, downtown Portland in the Marco Hatfield Federal Building. It starts out with our standard header, Oregon, comma, within the state of Oregon, without the state of Oregon, within the United States of America, the constitutional Republican form of government. Ronald Charles Vroman, Clerk of Court, General Delivery, Beaverton, Oregon, in brackets 97005 503-641-8375, docket number 08122023. This will all be on letterhead with watermark, signed, sealed, delivered, stamped, witness, the whole 9 yards. Notice to the agent is notice to the principal. Notice to the principal is notice to the agent. 2. The United States, to the Office of the United States Marshals, aka USMS, aka United States Marshal Service, of original jurisdiction of the United States of America's apostrophe S Constitution circa 1859 in the de jure jurisdiction guaranteed by our founding documents specified below. Notice and demand, the notice, no billet when defined as a needful position that needs to be filled, such as officer of the day, officer of the deck, officer of the watch, or a bailee, as is required constitutionally, can be abandoned. I have the need to know, and you are required to comply. Whatever iteration of the de facto that is in ascendance and or has the duty to our Article 3, Amendment 7 Civilian Court of Record must respond to this de jure demand from our lawful court. We do not claim jurisdiction, operate in the common law in on for cases of less than $20. Therefore, we have no judge. Demand, establish liaison for our court and our marshal, Robert, Bobby Graves, within the next 30 days. At the end of August, our encounter with the USMS, we will have incontrovertible evidence of the many 18 USC 3571 due process violations of 8 people on August the 1st, 2023. of our unalienable rights. This may be used as evidence with our grand jury. With full faith and credit, governing law is established in this document at this time to be Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union, Oregon's original Constitution circa 1859, and the United States of America's Constitution circa 1859, and ORCP 20A. Clearfield Doctrine, Accardi Doctrine, Ex parte Young, Ex parte Milligan, McCarran-Walters Act 1952, Judiciary Act 1789, Section 32, Judgment Nihil Dicet are all specifically called into this document. They are all governing law, which must be accepted. The current 13th and 14th Amendment are bogus and must be rejected. Take heed of the Blackstone commentaries. The DOJ is agent to the entity responsible for the enumerated requirements of Article 3, the one Supreme Court that must claim original jurisdiction to be a court. I would consider to be in jurisdiction when found in conjunction with Amendment 7 court. The DOJ has failed miserably in their responsibility. We must do it ourselves. We define the words we use. We decide our method of communications. This communique is not intended to mislead, defraud, deceive, or threaten in any way, and is submitted with good faith and clean hands. We do lawful, not legal, and this is our best effort. Living testimony, that's for me, and I've read it before, and it'll be on the document that I'm sure William will put a snapshot of or just show it and do the audio. And then it closes out with our standing close on Oregon without the state of Oregon and blah, blah. Then it says evidence. I love serendipity. Article 1, Section 1, natural rights inherent in people. We declare that all men, when they form a social compact, are equal in right, that all power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times a right to alter, reform, or abolish the government in such manner as they may think proper. That's us. 42 U.S. Code 1987. Prosecution of violations of certain laws. The United States attorneys, marshals, and deputy marshals, the United States magistrate judges, appointed by the district and territorial courts, with power to arrest, imprison, or bail offenders, and every other officer who is especially empowered by the President are authorized and required at the expense of the United States to institute prosecutions against all persons violating any of the provisions of Section 1990 of this title or of sections 5506 or 5516, 5518, and 5532 of the revised statutes, and to cause such persons to be arrested and imprisoned or bailed for trial before the court of the United States or the territorial court having cognizance of the offense. That's us. Then it gives a bunch of citations, and William will put them up. I'll show them if you want right there. There you go. Then this next one is 42 U.S. Code 1990. That's the one that it referred to. And it says, marshals to obey precepts, refusing to receive or execute process. Every marshal and deputy marshal shall obey and execute all warrants or other process when directed to him, issued under the provisions of Section 1989 of this title. Every marshal and deputy marshal who refuses to receive any warrant or other process when tendered to him, issued in the pursuance of the provisions of this section, or refuses or neglects to use all proper means diligently to execute the same, shall be liable to a fine in the sum of $1,000 for the benefit of the party aggrieved thereby. Now, in the after action, and here it gives the video of the after action from August the 1st and our encounter of our court with the U.S. Marshals. So there it is in the code. They're not allowed to do what he did. He broke his own rules. We know it. Now we have the document that proves to them we know it and they know it. That's incontrovertible evidence. And I yield.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. And then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. Just if you want to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.